What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be doing something a bit different, taking a look at a life gain deck, because some of you are still having trouble with beating mono black or even beating mono red, and I think this could be the answer that you're looking for. So let's go see what the highlighted cards are that we're going to get this done with today. Reminder, if you want some sweet Phyrexian stuff, you can get it over at ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% at checkout. Now, going down this list, we're going to start with the obvious, and we're going to be playing some Lunarch Veteran because, well, we're trying to gain life. It's a cheap 1-mana thing. Makes sense. We're going to be following that up also with Voice of the Blessed. Now, I know we've seen this card before, and yes, there are a lot of removal cards. However, if this survives even 2 turns, this could be a real nuisance for our opponents. We're going to also play some Galagreators because it's a way to gain life, obviously, but it's going to help our mana as well since we're going to be playing 3 colors today. And Dinnick also, I think, gets overlooked quite a bit. Usually shows up whenever you're playing the legendary list, but it's actually perfect for this kind of deck. Of course, we're going to be playing Wedding Announcement. It doesn't really gain life, but it does produce you blockers and can pump your team, and that's going to come in handy as well. And we're going to be playing some Shauna, Purifying Blade. Shauna's actually super great because even if we're not attacking, just playing things to gain life, we could be drawing cards to find the cards we need to get ourselves out of trouble. And over time, she could get big and just be a real nuisance because you're gaining life in such large chunks. Alongside this, we're going to also be playing Steel Seraph because it's a way to gain life and can also allow something like a bigger creature to come over the top with flying, which is going to help us out quite a bit. Alongside that, though, we are going to be playing some Broker's Ascendancy. This card's actually super good because you can't just win by gaining life, right? You need your creature to be bigger, doing more damage, or in the case of something like Shauna that has lifelink, you want to be able to just gain bigger chunks of life. This is going to help that a whole lot, and it also works on Planeswalkers, so we're going to be playing a couple of copies of Wandering Emperor, who technically gains life, but really is going to be here for removal and occasionally just gaining us creatures. However, if you have this out whenever you do have one of your ascendancies, I almost forgot what the name of it was, but like you're able to make a creature and keep putting counters on it, and that's great. We are playing one new card though, and that's going to be White Sun's Twilight. Now, I think one of the things people forget about this card is that it does actually gain life. Now, it does put tokens into play that can't block, but that's fine. We'd still get the creature triggers. But if we need it as an emergency button, we can sweep the board and then just replace with a bunch of creatures of our own. We can just use it to gain a quick 2 or 3 life if necessary. Or, like I mentioned a second ago, we can just put creatures into play and get those ETB triggers, and that's great too. And outside of your lands, you really don't have to play a lot of cards from the latest set. So if you have cards from the last couple of sets, this should be pretty easy to put together. But let's go play some games, and then we'll catch up and talk about what the deck list looks like at the end of the video. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. I think it's still going to be a turn 2 Greeters. Let's see. It's going to feel a little weird. I guess we go Greeters if we get the opportunity. I don't know that we will, but maybe. I mean, wouldn't mind finding a veteran so we could play a 1-mana thing alongside a Greeters would be nice. But I don't think we're going to get that opportunity. Yeah, not really interested in blocking. They're going to get rid of our Greeters. They're going to have to spend their turn to do it. They look like they're not going to do that, so that's kind of nice. I'd like to kill one now. Yep, they are. Makes sense. Still not blocking. Which means they have more removal or some such. Alright. Graveyard Trespasser. And no mana to save our life. Wow. That's a terrible way to go. Alright. Treasure it is. Might as well give it flying, right? Get in where we can. We're doing nothing else there. I mean, the plus side, we at least found the mana to play a Wandering Emperor. However, now there could be Shieldred or whatever, and it's going to get kind of ugly. Yep, no blocks. Do what you're going to do. All the way to 11 already. Yep, there's a Shieldred, as expected. We'll draw. We did get a land, so that's kind of nice. The worst part is, if we play a Shauna, I actually can't draw cards with it, because I need to leave mana for Make Disappear. So what I might do is just play this. Get another treasure. To possibly set up something with Shauna next turn. And then, I guess just give this Vigilance. As much as I would like to have the extra life, that's probably the right play. And we can stop one Invoke Despair here. Maybe block some things up. We'll just figure it out from there. Oh, let's see. We take 4 from Shieldred. What would that look like? I guess at least if we block with Dennick, that's a thing. But if we do this, it would force them to do something. Alright, I guess we'll try to block like that. Don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. Interesting. They just let everything die. So it must be Invoke Despair that they're aiming for here, right? Yep, makes sense. Alright. Now we can start trying to work forward here. That gains us 2 life. We get to attack, gain some life. So we're back to 9. So now an Invoke Despair still gets our Planeswalker and our Gallagreators, but there is not one. Does kill Wandering Emperor just the same though, so that's fine.
Try not to miss me.
Sleeper, sure. Okay, Ligrella's not bad. I think, though, we're going to go Shauna. We're going to +1. Attack. Play this. Pump everybody. Alright. Another Invoke Despair. Still bad, but survivable. Oh, that guy's ugly. Alright, good news is they can't do much else here. We get to gain a bunch of life. We do have a Ligrella. Get rid of the big 6/6, hopefully. Submit nothing else, just the 1. We will gain 2 to be on the safe side here. We will attack. Opponent says GG. Alright. Woo! We'll take a solid win here against Mono Black. Yeah, let's keep it. More black decks. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. May not be all that bad. We'll see. Sleeper. You know, Sleepers going unchecked can be a problem in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Mostly because if it survives, we would get to play Wedding Announcement. I don't expect it to survive, though. No blocks. Alright, so they're pumping. Okay, they didn't have a way to kill it. That's good. Ooh, getting back-to-back Wedding Announcements could be kind of sweet. No attacks. I'm just going to get Treasure here, actually, because we could have a turn next turn where we play a Wedding Announcement and Dennick. And that could be pretty good. Or, in the event they play, like, Shieldred next turn, we could Valor Stance and something. At the very least, we get to Valor Stance and Dennick, and that's still reasonable. We'll chump one of those away, I guess. Someone's gonna pump, draw a card. Fair enough. We can live with that outcome. Did not get a land, but that's like the next best thing, I guess. Treasure. The other Wedding Announcements. So then we can gain a bunch here. I think I will attack because I'm not blocking with the Galligrators. And we'll go 2 life. And +1. Alright. Now we're in a little bit of better shape. I mean, Invoke Despair costs us a wedding announcement, but that's fine. And a token, and we can live with that. I'll chump with one of them. Shieldred? No Shieldred. Quandary, though, that is a real thing. If we want to cast a spell, we have to discard a card. That could end up being gross. Unfortunately, we can't... I say unfortunately. Fortunately, we can destroy an enchantment. And we don't have to care all that much, really, because losing 5, whatever. We're about to make a pile of dudes, so I'm into it. Yeah, resolve. We'll just lose the life. We like our cards better. Play this. And I can destroy that whenever we want, so I probably should just do that. But, greed. Let's go treasure, because we might want a lot of bodies from this White Sun Zenith at some point. And I'm just going to attack for 2, because I want maximum creatures here. +1. Gain the life. Alright, we're still at 12. We can cause some problems for the opponent now, depending on what they want to do. You have a Yogg. Gix, I should say. Yawgmoth is a whole different card. Alright. Now we have decisions to make. I feel like we get rid of Evolve Sleeper. I mean, this is kind of wild, right? Because even if, like, we just do this, if things get out of hand, we end up with all the creatures. And, yeah. So, I guess we kill the Sleepers so they can't get free value on their turn now that they have... Well... Yeah. A little goofy, but I'm into it. And then next turn, I think I'm just going to attack with this. Because everything will be 3/3s or bigger next turn, and then we can work from there. I'm just going to put this into play, tapped. Hopefully they don't have a discard card. Now we got matched creatures, we got big bodies. Let's go treasure, I guess. Just maximize what we can do. Alright, you have an Enrica. That's cute. I don't hate that. Okay, well, things being what they are, we're definitely going to gain the life off of that. And we could get even more off of the White Sun Zenith, but we're going to attack with this. Hell, I guess this too. It's already done its work at this point. Honestly, I should just be attacking with the Veteran too. There's almost no reason to let it sit back, to be honest. Yeah, they would have had to block with Enrica and not die there, so sure. Little silly to not attack, to be honest. But I think we're fine. Even if they sweep the board, we just replace with a bunch of 3/3s. So we don't really care here. We've got a 6/6 and a 3/3 behind. Like, they can attack, gain some life. Like, sure. Corrupt isn't going to turn things around enough. That also lets us kill a thing. Well, I guess we beat Mono Black with this fairly well. Yep. Alright. Oh, we have all the lands that come into play tapped. Oh, boy. Okay, we're going to keep it, though. That's just really sad. I guess I need to be playing a few more of the fast lands. That hurts, though. Alright, well, I guess we'll just play the game and see how many removal cards they have. It's possible if they play removal, they're not going to have something to get a +1/+1 from their dude. Oh, nope, but they had a Phoenix chick. No play with fires, though. That's good. Alright, that's something. Wow, what do we go with here? I can't assume they have no lightning strike either. That would be just way too lucky, right? So I'm trying to think, could we get away with just playing Gallagreeters into Voice of the Blessed? Or do we just play Shauna? Try to draw... yeah, let's do that. And maybe we could draw a land next turn, since we do have 2 Shaunas. This isn't going to block anything, so we just attack. Decline. Alright, let's see what happens. I assume Shauna's just going to die here, but okay, well, would have been a wrong assumption. There you go. We want to stop this, for sure. And we gained 3, so that's actually a pretty fair exchange from the lifelink there. We actually like that a lot. Did not get the other land we wanted, though. That's highly unfortunate. Okay, we'll play this. We gain a point. We attack with Shauna. Turn that into a 4/4. We will take the action. We will draw a card. Not the card we're looking for, but not a bad card to draw either. More Phoenix Chicks we can't block. That's rough. And Mechanized Warfare. Okay, now there's a problem. However, though, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. Let's go ahead and block this guy. I'm not going to block with the Lunarch Veteran, because that's silly. That lets us destroy an enchantment. That's probably beneficial. I'm thinking, is there a world where we die if we don't kill that? With them having 1 card, I don't think so. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to gain 1 from playing this, 3 from attacking. So we're at 13. We'd be at 6. We can block that. Maybe I should kill it. Alright. Don't love it, but I think the net gain is better for us to do that. So, meh. This becomes a 5/5 in the exchange. Take the action, draw a card. Oh, did not want another shot. I just wanted a land. That's all we've wanted this whole time. Just a land would be plenty. A land would be super good. Ugh, that's not great. Oh, boy. I mean, I can't even play the Paragon yet. This is tough. I guess all I can do is play another one of these. That gains us a life. Now we have another flyer. This also has vigilance. So we'll attack with this and this now. Alright, we'll draw a card. Hopefully hitting a land somewhere along the way here. Man, Shauna's working overtime. Okay, that's fine too. That'll work. Because now we can play Gallagreeters, Veteran, get treasure. We should be able to put this away now. I don't think Mono Red has a way to push through bodies this big with this much life gain. And we know what their hand is. They're basically playing face up, so yeah, that's fine. Now we get a land. Not all that relevant anymore, but we have it. But this should be lethal. Yep, there we go. Whew, tough. Alright, this looks promising. Let's hope we get to keep Gallagreeters out. Because if we can Greeters into... Okay, it looks like a poison deck. Fair enough. With Audacity. Wow. That's a choice. Well, I guess we're going to go with this. I was going to play the other greeters, but we did draw another land. So if we treasure here, we could play... I mean, we'll give it whatever, but we're actually... You know what? Yeah, what if I do attack with this with Vigilance? They block, and then they turn it into a 1-1, that we get a card. And then we still get to do what we want to do next turn? Sure, why not? Okay, they weren't into it. Fair enough. Into an Ivy. Into another Audacity. Wow. Okay. That's a set of cards. So we take 5 and a poison. Yeah, we gotta block that. They'll get a bunch of cards, but so be it. That's an interesting hand to keep, though. Gotta respect it. That could be good later. Treasure. Since we're going to spend some of that here. Then we'll get another treasure. And I guess we'll put the +1/+1. So maybe, in a perfect world, we'll be able to... Oh, they're just going to block and let Ivy die. That caught me a little off guard. I was thinking if we get a land, we could Wandering Emperor and Broker's Ascendancy, but... opponents? Oh, well, they just had another Ivy. And I'm assuming you didn't just play block to just play another Ivy, right? Okay, Audacity, sure. We're going to do this all over again. Fair enough. You know what? I'm going to take it once. Let's see what happens. Okay, we did find the land. Excellent. We'll just do this. Well, the problem is if we do Wandering Emperor first, we can make a body. Then they would have to deal with this to be able to kill the Wandering Emperor. Probably still smarter to just do this. Give this Vigilance. See how they feel about it. Okay, so they're not blocking with Ivy, so they don't have any defensive cards to keep Ivy alive there, I don't think. Alright. A little bit conservative here, to be honest, but I don't know what defensive cards they're playing. They might only be blue. Might be the reason they didn't do what they're doing. But we're going to attempt it here anyway. Is it a counter? Not a counter.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide water.
Let's block. See how they feel about that. Because we can still try. Infectious Bite. Ooh. That's a thing. And Tyvar Stand? So you can bite and your thing doesn't die? No, just 2 bites. Wow. Okay. That's a thing. That happened. Exile, I guess, because that's all we can do. And then just hope to not die? Sure. That's pretty terrible, but we'll see what happens. We are already at 5 poison, too, by the way. Because of the 2 bites. Another Ivy. And a Contaminator. Alright. Well, it just wasn't meant to be. We didn't find very many creatures this game, except what we had in our opener, so... Kinda is what it is. You are nice, but I think we're still gonna die, little Shauna. Go to 7. We gotta do this, sadly.
I'll be back. Keep watch for it.
Hopefully they don't have much left in hand, but they haven't been playing lands, so I'm assuming they've got something. Only good news is if Shauna survives, we at least get to gain life, so we're not dead because of lifelink, so that's cool. We can block enough poison, so we're not worried about that. This actually really does help. Alright, so attack with Shauna. They block. That leaves us 6/6 and a 3/3, but we would be at 10 life. And drawing... Well, we would only draw cards if Shauna stayed alive. Yeah, we gotta let Shauna get bigger, unfortunately. We could attack with this and trade, but I don't think that's worth enough value. Man, we have to hope they don't get something to pump their Ivy, though, right? Because if they attack, we block, take 2. Well, we'd have to block all the... yeah, this is tough. This is tough. I mean, I guess if we attack for 4, we just... No, we can't. I can't. I think this is just a no attack situation. And just hope they don't get something here. We need them to draw a blank one time. No, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Please don't. Please don't. Oh, gosh. They... Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. I mean, we did go to 6 poison, which does mean we probably die here. Well, not true. Because they'd have to hit us for 4. Only 2 would get through right now. Oh, that's not what we needed. So now we're in a rough spot because we kind of have to attack with Shauna. Because now, well, I guess we don't have to. If we attack, we go to 10, but then we die. Do we die to poison? Block. Take 1, 2, 3. We'd go to 9 poison. I mean, we wouldn't be dead. Oh, gosh, this is not pleasant. If we attack, they block, maybe. Draw a card. Oh, that can't block. Alright, I'm going to do the only things we can do. And just hope we're not dead. I mean... Being at 10 means we just don't die right now. Maybe I was just supposed to attack with just the 6/6 and leave the 7/7 behind, but I just wanted to be safer. All right, Dinnick, you'll matter a little bit. Attack for 7 and 4. Yeah. Because then we could, if the veteran dies, we just use that to block Ivy, so that's fine. Alright, opponent's at 3. We go ahead and play this. I don't think it really matters if we hold on to this or not. Alright. We had a couple of bad turns in there, but I think we survived enough to not die. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, that was close. Okay, let's see what we can do. Go into... Oh, let's see. If they go... I was going to say, if they go like land Rot Priest, I was about to be a little bit concerned. Oh, so they had a Rot Priest, but they're just waiting to play it. Fair enough. Oh... Well, that changes how I wanted this to play out. Alright, we're going to go with this. I think I'm just going to hit the +1 here. So I can try to attack into their Deuter. And then here I can get the lifelink. Or lifelink, life gain. And attack. Alright. And do I lose my Gallagrators somehow here? Nope. Just a Tyvar stand. That's fine. We can live with that. Like, if they're using them defensively, we're likely not going to be able to lose our creatures in the exchange, so that's kind of okay. Contaminator, sure. I think we play this. Get life. Give this flying. Because this now has vigilance and flying, yep. And attack with this and this. Alright, opponent's already at 12. Ivy does get to block, so that is relevant here. And that also gets to block. Also relevant. That is another flyer, though, which is super nice. Huh. And I do have an Iganjo. I don't think Iganjo is necessary, though. So, we're just going to do this. Get +1. Give this flying. Give this vigilance. I think. Yeah, opponent's only at 11. Sure. Oh, you're targeting the other one. Give that other flying. Yeah, alright. I mean, they got to do something, or we're just going to take too much damage and die, so sure. They're at 5, and we have a lot of flying creatures right now. Alright, Storm Chaser Drake. They can get some extra cards here. Broker's Ascendancy probably doesn't matter. Go for flying. Vigilance, I guess. And then the other one does flying. And then we'll just see what you got. Because they're coming to get it. Sure. Sounds good. Alright. Alright. I think we're still alright here. We're just going to do this. Start juicing things up again. Play this. Even in the event something sweeps the board somehow, we just replay a veteran and just have a big veteran. With the opponent at 1. Seems fine. Wow, we ended up with not even getting more than 1 poison here. Just kept the opponent blocking and on the back foot the whole time. Nice. Bonus action we don't need. Sure, this can fly, that can fly. Why not? And that little veteran never even did anything attacking or blocking. He just gave us some assistance to the Voice of the Blessed. Yep, sounds great. Nope, we are not going to allow that. We'll take our couple of poison and be cool with it. Yep, there we go. This hand's probably normal, but man, it feels very uncomfortable. I think it's because all the double white is what makes this a bit uncomfortable. Because, like, we're going to play Galagreeters. I'm going to assume it's going to die here against mono red, it looks like. Oh, well, maybe. However, we did not find any more lands, so that's sad. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe they'll just draw a card with their Bank Buster and... Okay, well, we at least got to keep Galagreeters for a turn. Nothing came of it, but we get to keep it. Oh, what do we do here? I mean, playing Dinnick feels like the play. I could at least block that and gain some life back. Alright, I'm gonna. Even though playing Galley Greeters is probably correct. I think I'm a little too concerned that if they have, you know, the deal 1 damage to everything or whatever, like, that could have been a bit devastating. At least gives me a shot to do some other things. But yeah, being stuck on land here, not good. Oh, boy. This is going to be rough, isn't it? Alright. I mean, if we get a land, we could Greeters into Voice double trigger. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if that's the ideal situation, but it's something we could do. Or we could have nothing. Oh, alright. Well, here's the thing. At least if we do... Guess I'm gonna do this, because it feels like the safest thing. I don't take any extra damage. I get a body, hopefully, that can produce a treasure. No attacks. Let's see if they let us. Alright, cool. Okay. Still got to figure something out. Like, being stuck on 2 lands here is really rough. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. I mean, the good news is we could kill the Reflection, so that's not the end of the world. It just sucks that we have to use our mana that way next turn.
We have the high ground.
Yeah, we just... Missing lands here is really starting to catch up to us. Yep, I'm just wondering if it's too late. Well, no matter what, let's destroy this. Let's play this. Hopefully they don't kill our Galley Greeters. Alright, that's a thing. Let's let this first one be a... Oh, but if we attack with 2 things, we're not going to get a token. Alright, treasure it is. That sucks. Oh, this is -3 to shoot something. We almost... Oh my gosh, what are we going to do here? I mean, I want to land for cards, but... I think I need to get more treasure here, just because it's guaranteed. This one we'll just get the +1 counter. Here we'll get another treasure. I mean, we still have a shot. We still have a shot. We could Shauna, gain life, get some cards. We could steal Seraph, attack into Koth potentially. It's like there's things we can do. They're not great, but they're choices. Let's go ahead and block this finally. We need what, 8 for that? To unearth? 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll have it next turn. Because of Koth. Oh, well, they're gonna have it anyway. With or without Koth's help. Drawing 2 makes sense. Boy, what I wouldn't give to have another thing to destroy one of those. We should be dead already. Like, I mean, as bad as this game has gone for us, we're somehow still in this. Okay, where are we looking at? If we do this, getting 2 cards, I mean, then we just lose Shauna to the leveler, right? So whatever we play, we have to kind of be willing to lose it. That's kind of where we're at. I almost want to... I think we go with this instead. And I can't max value it, because I would just blow up treasure for the sake of blowing it up. Let's +1. And then we'll give this lifelink. And then all of these can go into here. So he can't ultimate yet, because that's annoying. Alright, a backup Steel Seraph. That's reasonable.
We lost.
I mean, they also could sweep the board here, which would be real. Though, the only thing I think they'd sweep the board with that kills Steel Seraph as well... Oh, well, Portal. That's a card. Do I have anything good to get other than Galagreeters? Dennick, I guess. Sure. Alright. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Just trying to think what this is going to look like. I could 3, 4, 5 draw 1 card. I mean, that might be worth it. I mean, really slim margins, but it might be. Alright, either way, let's give you lifelink. Go after Koth, even though they probably have a backup one at this point.
That's enough.
And then I guess we just do this, and we're going to give up a card. I mean, give up a treasure, because I want to be able to draw. Because now we're just looking for something, anything. Wandering Emperor's not bad. That's reasonable. I mean, they can get back their big body. Yep, that's a thing. Good news is we can exile that on our turn with the Wandering Emperor, because we do have 4 mana, so that's nice. And it doesn't have haste yet. And they only get to exile something when they cast it or when it attacks. And another Brotherhood's in. Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, GG's. Wow, definitely can't keep that. This we could work with at least. It's not flashy, but could help us get where we want to go. Yeah, I think we got to do this, just so we have a chance of doing some things. I think we're just going to Dennick on 2 and then play these other 2 on turn 3. Because if Dennick dies, at least... Oh, actually, that's pretty good to have next turn. I was about to say, if Dennick dies, we at least get some value down the road. But this is not bad either. Matter of fact, they might use a removal on Dennick, and then we get a little bit of a free pass on our Voice of the Blast. That'd be cool. Neat. I'm going to go ahead and go with this first. No attack yet. See what they got. Dennick dead? Great. That's what we love to see. Love to see it. Yep, take some damage. That's definitely what we're aiming for. Now it's not so bad because if they get, say, Obliterator next turn, we actually have Destroy Evil, which is very fitting. So we get 1 counter, get we'll attack, get another counter. And now it's a 4/4, so they can't... Well, they didn't have the cheap removal anyway, so it's going to be something bigger here if they got it. Yep, that's what I thought. No biggie. Attacking, obviously no block. Doesn't do anything for us, really. That's kind of cute. Don't know how concerned with it we are. I'm going to go with this, though. Attack with just 1. We're going to finish this off and get some more bodies. Let's go plus... Actually, let's go treasure. Alright, you got a Shieldred. Fortunately, we can kill a Shieldred. And then we're going to try to get some attacks on, I imagine. Very much so. We're going to attack with this, this, and this. Hold on to these other bodies because they're too valuable. Yep, you got it. End the turn. Probably another big creature. Nope, just going to kill our Galagreeters. And play... What? Oh, another underdog. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. This is also pretty good. We're going to give this flying. And you know what? Actually, it doesn't even matter. Opponent's got 3 cards, 4 mana. They could have Invoke Despair next turn. Like, yeah, we don't care. Let's go. If they Invoke Despair, we'll just sack Lunarch Veteran, I guess. But this at least puts them low enough that they'd be down to 4 afterwards. So, yeah, Shieldred. We can live with it. We'll draw. Didn't get anything great off of that, unfortunately. So let's give this flying. Attack. And end the turn, I suppose. I'm going to go to 8. If they do get off and Invoke Despair here, which I'm assuming they will, they're going to gain a couple of life. Resolves. We'll get rid of the token. We'll get rid of this. Yep. Alright, we got a Wandering Emperor for that. Not bad for just 3 lands, you know? We're really getting a lot done here.
But I'm going to. You're done.
+1 on, I guess, Steel Seraph.
I have got new moves.
Give this lifelink. Get in for 5. And I'm going to go ahead and just play Shauna. Unfortunately, I have no mana to spend, so no extra life gained. So Steel Seraph has to die. Well, yeah, I don't know if they'd have to have a blocker and a... Okay, well, that's not going to do it. My opponent says, oops. I'm not sure what they're oopsing. Yeah. Like, sure. Alright, cool. Works for us. Alright, so overall that works pretty well. The only thing I would say about this deck is you do have to be a little bit careful how you mulligan. You know, be aware of what you're going to be able to play over the first 3 or 4 turns, even more so than you normally would, just because there are different combinations of mana and things you have to have available. But overall, not too bad. Going down the list, we are playing 4 Lunarch Veteran, because obviously life gain, 2 Destroy Evil, 2 Valor Stance, though I will admit that Destroy Evil came in handy more often, especially since the mono-white matchups are a bit more difficult for you, and they are using a lot of stuff like Ossification and whatnot. We have 4 Voice of the Blessed, 2 Make Disappears, 4 Gala Greeters, 2 Dennick, 4 Wedding Announcement, 2 Broker's Ascendancy, 1 Lagrella, just as some extra removal, 3 Shauna Purifying Blade, 1 Sarah Paragon, 2 Wandering Emperor, 3 Steel Seraph, and 1 White Sun's Twilight. However, I want to say that the White Sun's Twilight really didn't come into play that often. I had it in a hand a couple of times. It's almost like an emergency lever, so if things get out of hand, you can sweep the board and give yourself a shot. Or if you just need emergency life gain, it does create a lot of life gain triggers from creatures coming into play and just the life itself. So it's probably still worth playing, but realistically, I think the deck might be better served with this being an additional Make Disappear or a Destroy Evil, possibly. So if you haven't crafted this, I wouldn't craft it just for this deck. I would go ahead and turn that into another card in here. But I am at 61 even, so you may even just make it 60 if you want to. But then we've got 1 Iganjo, 3 Plains, an Island in Otawara, a Boseiju, 1 Forest, 3 Attica Waste, 2 Deserted Beach, 1 Seachrome Coast, 2 Overgrown Farmland, 4 Yavimaya Coast, and 4 Sparus Headquarters. A couple of times it came up where we had too many tap lands early. Not a ton, but a couple of times. So I could see swapping out maybe 1 more of the Overgrown Farmland or Deserted Beaches for something else. However, we only have 8 total tap lands, so it's not that big a deal. But if it does come up, you are gaining enough life in the deck that having more pain lands doesn't hurt you. But overall, this wasn't too bad. Yeah, so I was actually pretty happy with this one. I will say, we did really well against Mono Black. Obviously did well against Mono Red, but we have a bunch of stuff that gains life, so it's not that surprising. But I think if you're running into a lot of those decks, whether that's Mono Red or Mono Black, this could really be the answer for you. Honestly, I think it handles a bunch of stuff well. And people probably wondering why we deal with Mono Black so well. It's a few things. We have several ways to deal with their bigger toughness problematic creatures. Stuff like if they flip a werewolf, we can kill it because it's 4 toughness. We can kill Shieldred. I think that's important. And we're also negating somewhat the benefit of Invoke Despair because we have several enchantments and planeswalkers. So we're often not giving up more than one card, sometimes no cards, right, to the opponent. So they're not really getting a benefit off it other than costing us a couple of permanents. But when we're playing so many things that make tokens and we have a bunch of small creatures we're willing to get rid of, we don't really get punished all that much. And Shauna also lets us draw cards in some of the tougher matchups. I will say if there is a tough one, Mono White is probably the tougher matchup for us. And again, it's because of the series of ossifications, Wandering Emperor, you know, their own White Sun Zenith to sweep the board, right? So those are going to be a little bit of a problem. But outside of those decks, we actually are pretty good against a lot of other stuff. So, I mean, I guess it's fine. We even handled the Toxic decks fine because we're able to go toe-to-toe with them and kind of force them to only kill us through targeting their own things. They don't really get to attack and get the free poison. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, really, if Mono Black, Mono Red are an issue for you, this should be the deck that could really help you out. And the best part is, outside of lands, we're really not playing a bunch of new cards, so it should be pretty easy to put together if you have anything from the last couple of seasons. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about a fairly new card, Elder Gargaroth. This is a card that, if y'all were regulars of the channel, remember when it came out, I was silly about how good this card was and how much I was going to enjoy it. And boy, we played a lot of that card when it was in Standard. But it's actually still really good and sought after now. It's a great card for a commander. I mean, you know, getting bodies, gaining life, like it does a lot of stuff for you. But it is just a big body for 5 mana. And the cool part about it is it goes into a lot of different decks. It's just tough to deal with, and it's actually still valuable. So if you have some of these from recent past, you can probably trade those for some new cards or boosters or whatever it is you want to get, because I think they still go for somewhere north of $12, $13. Even though you don't see a ton of them, it's a type of card that people really do want, and because it came from a core set, it's not as plentiful as some of the other cards that people chase down, and it was a mythic, so it's still kind of hard to get your hands on. Now, if you enjoyed today's deck and you're looking for other fun Bant lists, check out this Bant deck we played with Reconstruction in it. Way cool. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.